Imagine living in the poorest country on earth, where the whole economy is largely dependent on agriculture. And a slight change in the climate can lead to people starving to death. From food insecurity to economic hardships, education barriers, and healthcare challenges. But was this country always like this? Find out why this country has been consistently ranked among the poorest countries in the world, with high crime rates and political conflicts, and how the 13 million people living there survives. So keep watching our channel, The Curious Corner. The country we are going to talk about is officially called the Republic of Burundi. Located in East Africa in the central part of the continent, Burundi is a landlocked country and indeed one of the smallest countries in Africa by area. It was once a peaceful kingdom with rich history and well-organized agrarian society. In 1885, during the colonization of Africa, Burundi, along with the neighboring country Rwanda, was included in the territories assigned to the Germany. The German administration was relatively indirect, often relying on local rulers. But after the Germany's defeat in World War I, the overseas colonies of Germany were transferred to the control of other powers, and Burundi, along with Rwanda, was assigned to Belgium. The Belgian administration involved direct control. There were two major ethnic groups in Burundi, the Tutsis and the Hutus. Traditionally, the Tutsis were the cattle herders and were considered upper class, while the Hutus were primarily agriculturalists, making up the majority of the population. They were generally considered the lower class, working as farmers. The Belgian administration further entrenched the division between the Tutsi and Hutu by codifying these ethnic identities into law. They introduced identity cards that officially classified people as Tutsi or Hutu. This formalized the ethnic tensions and made these categories more rigid. Furthermore, the Belgians favored the Tutsi minority for administrative roles and educational opportunities, believing them to be more European in appearance and thus superior. This favoritism led to the sharpening of ethnic tensions and rebellions from the Hutu side, as the Belgians were employing divided rule strategy to maintain control over the population. In November 1959, a sub-chief of the Hutu group was brutally beaten by Tutsi political activists, which led to widespread anger among the Hutu population. They saw it as another example of Tutsi oppression. This quickly escalated into large-scale violence. Hutu militias and mobs attacked Tutsi communities, resulting in deaths and displacements of thousands of Tutsis. Many Tutsis fled to neighboring countries, such as the Republic of Congo. But this uprising marked the beginning of significant ethnic tensions and violence that continued to affect Burundi and Rwanda for decades, which it still does. After the World War II, all the European colonial powers were granting independence to their colonies, and the Belgian administration was already exhausted from the internal turmoil and revolutions. So they decided to grant independence to Rwanda and Burundi in 1962 and left them all on their own. But the flame they ignited spread further. After continuous bloodshed, the Hutus took control of the Rwanda government and the Tutsis took control of the Burundi government. But the bloodshed by extremist groups, and political instability never stopped. From the day of independence till now, almost 2 million people have been killed, which excludes small conflicts. Widespread destruction, loss of human capital, and economic instability caused extreme poverty. Many skilled professionals, educators, and health workers were either killed or forced to flee. Farms and agricultural lands were burned due to extremism, and almost all the wealthy families left the country. Since nobody wants to invest in the country, the cost of war and post-conflict reconstruction has led to a significant national debt, and high taxes are imposed on the citizens. And also, in exchange for financial assistance, international organizations also impose conditions, such as increasing tax revenues. An average person in Burundi earns 40,000 in the Burundian currency, which is equals to $14 monthly. Although the cost of living is relatively cheap, $2 for a meal. Clean water is only available for urban areas, and the others depend on rivers, lakes, or wells for water. Unemployment is a major issue in Burundi, as many young people do not have access to quality education and vocational training. The only option they have is to either work as a laborer in agriculture or turn to illegal activities as a means of survival or due to lack of alternatives. Many youngsters are involved in pickpocketing, shoplifting, robberies, or in the sale or distribution of illegal drugs. Organized gangs often recruit unemployed youth, leading to involvement in various criminal activities. Although the only elite people in Burundi are the military and law enforcement officials, but the criteria for joining the military includes physical fitness, educational qualifications, and political connections. And in some cases, recruitment might be influenced by factors such as corruption or nepotism, which can limit opportunities for those who do not have the right connections or resources. The people of Burundi are basically trapped in the country. Even those who have enough resources to leave the country are bound by the restrictions or obstacles imposed by the government, making it difficult for people to leave the country. With the quality of education the people of Burundi are having, securing the necessary documentation and navigating immigration laws are almost impossible. Communities in Burundi often show remarkable resilience. Social structures, mutual support systems, and community solidarity help individuals cope with hardships. The people of Burundi remain hopeful that the political and economic situation will improve, and Burundi will again be the peaceful country it once was. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe our channel, The Curious Corner.